The WNBA All-Star starters have been announced, y'all. They've been announced. Y'all want to guess who not starting? Hey, listen, some people don't belong in certain conversations.
And the front court players, Boston, Nafisi Collier, Nika, Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. All right. And down here, Boston, Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas. No Angel Reese, folks.
Angel Reese didn't just miss the All-Star starting lineup. She got left out entirely, reserves and all. That's not a snub. That's the league, the fans, and the numbers speaking loudly. Despite the non-stop hype, media tours, fashion spreads, and brand-building campaigns that painted her as the WNBA's next big thing, the votes just didn't show up. Sure, over 500,000 sounds impressive until you compare it to the tidal wave behind Caitlin Clark, who didn't just break records, she redefined them. Reese, meanwhile, barely made a dent. Let's be real, the marketing machine wanted a coronation. Forbes tried to hand her the crown, framing her as co-face of the league, as if branding buzz and social media clout could replace box scores and fan loyalty. But this league doesn't run on magazine covers. It runs on performance, impact, and yes, how many people will buy a ticket just to see you play? And when the All-Star ballots closed, the message was clear: being famous isn't the same as being All-Star material. Not yet. This isn't hate. It's reality. The scoreboard doesn't lie. The fans didn't buy the hype. And the WNBA just gave Angel Reese a cold dose of truth. Royalty is earned, not handed out.
Angel Reese being the face of the WNBA, you would think Angel Reese is leading the league in votes. Not only is the self-proclaimed Barbie not in the lead, Angel Reese isn't even close to making the top 10.
Angel Reese had the headlines, the nil legacy, the brand deals, the TikToks, the Forbes covers, but when it came time for fans to vote, crickets compared to Caitlin Clark, because here's the hard truth: performance popularity. The All-Star Game isn't prom king and queen. It's about who's dominating the court, not just the algorithm. And while Angel's been building her brand, Caitlin's been out here building the WNBA. Selling out arenas. Breaking viewership records. Taking elbows and still dropping dimes. The voters noticed. The league noticed. And let's be honest, baby goat, baby giraffe all day. If you're rocking with Caitlin in the All-Star Game, drop in the comments and let em know she's not just the rookie, she's the reason. Let's go.
Let's keep it real. Did y'all think Angel Reese was gonna be starting? Wait. Don't get mad at me. Why you bringing up age? Hey. You don't tell me nothing, cause I'ma tell you something. Listen, man. Them Instagram followers and all that, it don't translate to the court. Y'all not voting, bruh. It's as simple as that. These starters are about, you got like fan votes come into play here. Y'all wasn't voting for her like that, bro. Stop it. Just stop.
How does a player with wall-to-wall media coverage, constant viral trends, and an endless flood of highlight packages and tweets end up nowhere near the top of the voting where it actually matters? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, despite facing non-stop criticism and controversy, absolutely dominated the fan vote with nearly 1.3 million votes, almost triple Angel Reese's total. This isn't just a disappointing finish for Reese, it's a harsh slap of reality. The deeper you dig into how fans, media, and even other WNBA players cast their votes, the more obvious the gap becomes. Turns out, viral attention isn't the same as actual respect, and in the league where performance speaks louder than promo, that difference just got exposed.
And we saw from the popularity voting, remember, it wasn't just Caitlin Clark, it was me too. Angel was 13th in the All-Star voting. Well, everything I've been told, she should have been at least second.
Angel Reese was hyped like the next face of the WNBA, featured in headlines, endorsements, and non-stop media buzz. But when the All-Star votes came in, reality hit hard. She didn't even crack the list of reserves, polling in just over 500,000 votes while Caitlin Clark nearly tripled that with 1.3 million. This wasn't just a snub, it was a loud message from fans that viral fame doesn't equal real support. The media crowned her early, Forbes called her the co-face of the league, but when it came time for fans to actually vote, they showed the difference between being talked about and being truly backed.
11.3 points and 11.9 boards, and a 38.5% shooter at 6'3".
Let's look at the numbers that tell the real story. Angel Reese is averaging 11.3 points and 11.9 rebounds per game, solid at a glance, but dig deeper and things get shaky. Her field goal percentage sits at an underwhelming 38.9%, a significant slide from last season and far from efficient for a 6'3" forward expected to dominate inside. Even her rebounding, the strongest part of her game, is down more than a full board per contest. For someone hyped as a generational talent, these stats don't scream elite, they barely whisper average starter, and when stacked against the sky-high expectations attached to her name, the drop-off is hard to ignore.
So it's been very up and down. All of her numbers, she's over 2 points a game behind last year, and basically a little over a rebound a game down, and that's supposed to be her.
Angel Reese is putting up 11.3 points and 11.9 rebounds per game, numbers that might sound decent until you realize her shooting percentage is a rough 38.9%. For a 6'3" forward who lives near the rim, that's not just inefficient, it's alarming. Her rebounding, once her standout strength, has dipped by over a full rebound compared to her college dominance. This isn't just a rookie adjustment curve, it's a reality check. For someone branded as a generational talent and crowned a superstar before stepping foot on a WNBA court, the production isn't matching the promotion. Right now, the stats don't say franchise cornerstone, they say work in progress.
Not only was she not second, she was basically 3 times the amount of votes behind Caitlin Clark.
Clip 7. And here's where the All-Star voting process absolutely shatters the hype bubble, because while fans get half the say, the other 50% comes from media and players who actually watch the games, study the tape, and know what true All-Star performance looks like. Angel Reese? She didn't just fall short, she was left off every major media ballot completely. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark didn't just make the cut, she swept all 3 official media ballots as a unanimous selection. That's not just popularity, that's respect earned through elite on-court production. The message is crystal clear, hype might sell headlines, but it doesn't fool the people who know the game. Angel's numbers, even with a massive brand backing her, simply didn't measure up.
Angel Reese, who has been begging, and I mean begging, people on social media to vote for her? Angel Reese, number 13 on the list.
This gap boils down to the chasm between image and actual impact. Angel Reese has built an enormous online following, and the media machine eagerly crowned her as the next face of women's basketball. But in the WNBA, being internet famous isn't enough, you have to deliver, night after night, on the hardwood. Her low shooting percentage and slipping rebounding numbers reveal a player who isn't imposing her will the way many expected. Every missed shot or quiet single-digit scoring night hits harder when you've been billed as the league's next superstar. The hype was massive, but so far, the production hasn't caught up.
Potential reserve, who would it be? Gabby Williams and Brittany Sykes. So Angel Reese couldn't even squeeze into a reserve spot. And now Megan Hall of USA Today, she left Angel Reese off her All-Star.
Fans notice, players notice, and the media absolutely notices. Angel Reese's lack of All-Star recognition isn't some fluke or oversight, it's the basketball world quietly but firmly saying, hype isn't enough. For months, she's been marketed as the league's next big thing, plastered across headlines and endorsement deals like she's already earned her spot among the W's elite. But now, the scoreboard, the advanced stats, and the All-Star ballots are all exposing a truth the promo reels won't show. Her game hasn't matched the narrative. Sitting at 13th in the rankings isn't just the fallout of a few off nights, it's the basketball community recalibrating its expectations, judging not by buzz, but by buckets.
I know a lot of people are going to be mad. I seen a bunch of people on Twitter crashing out. I saw you on Twitter crashing out, talking about the fan voting is rigged and all of this stuff, man. It's just, come on, man. Y'all got to stop. Y'all have to stop with the nonsense, bro. Just because your favorite player didn't get in, don't mean that it's rigged.
The All-Star flameout sends a loud, undeniable message. Today's WNBA fans, media, and insiders are done handing out gold stars for vibes. Angel Reese didn't just hope to get voted in, she lobbied for it, tweeting, posting, pushing hard like a full-blown political campaign. But when the dust settled, the numbers told a different story. Under 40% shooting, no top 10 finish, and a fanbase that didn't follow her call to action. That's not just a snub, it's a referendum. The league isn't handing out all-star spots for clout, charisma, or clickbait anymore. It's about performance, and the fans just told Reese, loud and clear, she's not there yet.
We have 3 different sports media figures that have released their all-star ballots, and Angel Reese is nowhere to be seen. She's not in.
Even the press, which once fawned over every quote, every outfit, and every TikTok moment, didn't circle the wagons to save her. Sports journalists who had spent months painting Angel Reese as a cultural force and future face of the WNBA suddenly went quiet when it came time to vote. Look no further than Megan Hall from USA Today, a writer who had practically anointed Reese as a league-altering presence earlier this year, yet when the ballots dropped, Reese's name was nowhere to be found. No starter slot. No reserve nod. Not even an honorable mention. That silence wasn't subtle, it was a statement.
This probably means she will not be a starter in the All-Star Game, which would make sense because Angel Reese shouldn't be a starter for a regular season.
The bottom line? You can build a monster following, grab headlines, and get crowned the face of the sport by magazines all day, but when it's time for the fans, players, and media to decide who really deserves that all-star nod, it all comes down to production, leadership, and winning impact. Caitlin Clark brought all of that, and the votes to match, pulling in nearly 1.3 million while driving record-breaking ratings, sold-out arenas, and a merch boom the league's never seen. Meanwhile, Angel Reese had the spotlight handed to her on a silver platter and proved one harsh truth: you can't fake it when the ball tips off. This all-star outcome? It's the basketball world's not-so-subtle way of saying, step up your game, or your headlines don't mean a thing.
Mainstream media has been trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a huge star. Some in the media even do investigative journalism and claim that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism.
This is really where the whole shiny image of Angel Reese started to completely unravel. For months, the media sold us on the idea that she was unstoppable, a force that would reshape the WNBA overnight. But then reality hit, and it hit hard. When it came time for actual fans, coaches, and fellow players to cast their votes, Reese's name fell flat. Sure, it seemed like she was everywhere, on Instagram, on Twitter, trending with every soundbite and outfit post, but when it counted most, the support simply wasn't there. Turns out the hype might have looked massive from the outside, but it didn't run deep enough to catapult her into the all-star spotlight.
Fans of Paige claim to be fans of Angel Reese. Every single one of them, instead of watching the player they claim to be fans of, which we know they're not really fans of those players because nobody watches those players. We can see it in the ratings numbers. They were all watching Caitlin Clark play just to hate watch. They would all rather watch Caitlin Clark than the players that they pretend to be fans of. And realistically, they're not even fans of those players. They just hate Caitlin Clark. They hate Caitlin Clark, and because of that, they are fans. They stan players that she's against as some sort of weird rival, not even weird